about Gilbert Gottfried? Would you suck his Kyle?
Gilbert Gottfried. Will he shut up while I do it? Or is he going to be...
He won't! The whole time! He's going to yell at you!
What's he going to say, Taylor?
Keep that goddamn in your mouth! Get those hands out of there! I'm not answering questions! Unless you finish with your mouth. Deeper! Whatever he's like.
I love
you. Cheated. I know you can do better than that.
I don't know I can't remember what he sounds like. I know that he's...
No, you're nailing it.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and this is for Pyle, and it's being sent by Low T. Taylor and Cashew Matt. Well, Pyle, what can I say? You're fat. You're very, very fat. I heard you once jumped in the air and got stuck. You're fat. You're so fat, your bathtub has stretch marks. You're so fat when you go outside, the other planets start circling you. You're so fat, you have your own zip code. You're so fat that your ass cheeks are in 2 different time zones. Anyway, all that aside, Pyle, let me just say, you're fat.
Wasn't he like Iago or something? Was he in one of those?
Was he the parrot? Yeah,
he was.
Was he the parrot?
Yeah.
I'd ask about that.
Great voice actor.
And he's also the duck for the insurance company.
Not anymore. They canceled him out of that. He made a.
Oh yeah, because of the joke.
Yeah.
Wait, he got canceled out of Affleck for joking?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I don't remember specifically. Something blue, probably around women or gay people.
Something blue. He's not
one of the protected
dirty
groups.
comedian. Like people thought really
he went after a protected group, and they took his duck commercials away. But the duck kept sounding like him.
Yeah, so, that's something I feel like voice actors are more protected than they should be. Now maybe like you two are so good at impressions, you have an ear for it. But to me, you could swap Homer Simpson with 7,000 people and I wouldn't catch it.
First of all, Homer's voice changes at least in the first 12 seasons. His voice must change 4 times that I notice. Like not different actors, I don't think, just a different take on it. And then it sounds like different audio recording equipment, maybe, and like a different. It's like they moved to a new studio and tried harder. It's like the early day, like, oh yeah, this is the video he made, before he got a good mic. like I don't know. Homer's voice changes,
and they're changing the voice actors for Rick and Morty.
Are they?
The guy who?
Well, there's only one. It's that.
Oh, is he the one that got canceled? He did something bad. I forget the details of it.
But he does Rick. He does Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah.
So they're getting like two actors to replace him right now.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I don't know if that'll cost more or less.
New season comes out in like a week.
I think so,
for my untrained ear, there's someone who can change every cartoon character. Like you could replace them.
There are absolutely people who can do spot on impressions of everyone. But like, if you if you're on Hulu, if you have Hulu, you can go to like The Simpsons, and they only have like season 37 or whatever it is. And every once in a while, like an ad will come on for it, and you can hear in Homer's voice how old the actor is. Like, how as someone ages, their voice you can just hear in someone's voice on the phone how old they are.
You can just tell they're handsome and attractive and interesting.
You can tell they're sexy. Yeah. You can tell that Dan Castellaneta is quite the looker. And then like you hear like the way Homer talks, and it's still 35, 38-year-old Homer, the character, and he sounds like legit, like, because he is like in his probably late 60s now, and he just has an older sounding voice. So, which respect to be going that long with a show that like your natural age reveals you out of your voice acting career, like it's pretty impressive. But also,
with the Rick and Morty thing,
kind of embarrassing. The show sucks so bad.
The Rick and Morty thing, I think it ruins the show, and here's why. That guy wasn't just reading a fucking script. That guy was ad-libbing all the time. He had to be based on like what the show is. If you listen to audio, there's no way that was ever written on a page. Like the broad strokes, of course, but he's filling it in with all of this craziness and all this
theories
style. all sorts of ramblings and just noises that he makes. And a lot of it might be a burp, but there's some comedic timing that he's adding to it a little bit. I know Woody despises when he drools. That's a real turn off for him. He gets triggered. Yeah. I don't blame you. Early on, he does like a spit suck up. I don't like that either. That's one for me. I don't like that when you let the snot like come down, suck it back up like a little kid.
So gross.
Spit it out, you little fucker. I think the show's gonna suck. I think the show's gonna suck. The story, because the stories have been for a while. It doesn't matter that part of the team is still there. I think the coolest part, the part that was still there, was the guy who was being a little wacky and doing the goddamn voices. That being said, if I had a cartoon show, there's no way, unless I was the voice of the character, that I would ever have an actor do any of the voices. I have a fucking algorithm, an AI thing, not an algorithm, an AI that did it. I'd have a button. I'd have a fucking Jerry button and a fucking Rick button and a Morty button and a Summer button. And I click that button and I type it in and I put the fucking dots in for pauses or whatever. And I fucking italicize and I add sarcasm up above that.
That show would suck.
Give it to me.
You got to be careful when you do stuff like that. You got to be careful when you do stuff like that, because that makes it easier for other people to take it over.
Yeah,
if you can replace everything like that.
I think Kyle's motivation was the other side of that coin, that he was at the mercy of no one. He got the profits, and I see both sides of that.
If you automate it,
I think AI is not there.
Just take it over.
Whenever I hear AI imitate anyone, like there's a popular one where like maybe Obama, Trump, and Clinton play video games together. I'm fouling that up, but it doesn't. Not for a second does it seem right to me. They're all too fast. They're all a little off.
It's close enough that it's very funny, because it's like, oh, that is kind of how Trump would say that. That is like to sound like Obama, but like no part of you hears that and here's like the soul of a person putting like effort into an inflection for a line. Like, and without that, you're going to forget all the little things that make delivery funny. Like if you took all the if you took Louis C.K.'s best stand-up and you put it verbatim into a Louis C.K. engine, that shit's not going to be as funny. It'll be funny, ironically, to be like, that sounds a bit similar. But like, if that was the released content for his special, you'd be like, the fuck is wrong here? Like,
so I agree with you, but that's not the bar that we have to meet. So I'm not suggesting that we write an algorithm that can instantly make an episode that's funny. I'm saying that we have a tool that gives us the voice, that we have to it's just a puppet for us to marionette around and make, and we'll add those inflections just like we add pixels in Photoshop. Like, oh, let's spend 3 days figuring out how Summer reacts here. What is her voice supposed to sound like here? And the whole time we're learning. So next time it doesn't take 3 days, it takes 3 minutes.
That's an interesting idea. I'm fascinated by the concept, because we all know people are really sensitive to imperfections in sound. If a video glitches, you just look right past it. If a sound glitches, it's like, what the fuck was that? Right? Sound doesn't glitch in real life, but people blink. Would massaged sound be good, like Kyle suggests it can be, or would it suck?
I don't know. I'm just saying it'd be great if you cut those voice actors out who at any moment can strike like they're doing right now, shutting everything down. Yeah, we don't do.
Voice actors are striking? I thought writers were striking.
Actors are striking,
all of them,
alongside the writers to strengthen the cause.
Yeah,
that's fine. Whatever.
Like, I don't think saw that. You know what? Actors are striking, but I'm pretty sure no one's filming without writers. So they're striking in the same way that I am. So you didn't have any work anyway.
I haven't done any writing since in solidarity.
Do you know what? So do you know what Strike Force 5 is?
No.
It sounds silly because it is. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, and Seth Meyers have teamed up for a new podcast as their shows have gone dark during the writers' strike.
5 men, 1 opinion. Tune in for the most boring status.
The whitest show on the internet.
Be prepared to be given milk toast. Nothing takes from unfunny retards.
You don't think they'll go beyond their normal shtick and since they're out on their own? That you don't think they'll risk those clauses in their multi 8-figure contracts?
No,
you think they'll just be the same boring motherfuckers?
Good little boys and say what they're told. And,
nothing too racy.
nothing funny. Yeah, I will not be listening to
maybe 9-figure. Those guys get paid like crazy. I don't understand how the value that's placed on those late night hosts. I don't get it because the numbers aren't.
I think it's a boomer thing. Who watches that shit?
Like you could find a guy on Twitch like right now who gets way better numbers than some guy that's doing late night with that one of those 8-figure contracts. I don't get it.
Oh yeah,
like, why is that money worth so much more? I mean,
there's still a lot of people who don't use streaming services and stuff. There's still a lot of people out there.